I'm going to talk about the activation, the shifts, and the frequencies at the moment. I mean, as I've been connecting into this, I've started to see like a violet energy, a violet light within my mind's eye. I know this is around transmutation. This is around transformation. Um, Obviously, it connects to sort of the violet flame. It connects to Saint Germain, which is an energy that comes down to awaken souls, start to release and start to dissolve, but also start to ascend. And ascension is around sort of moving to higher frequencies. Ascension to me happens on many levels. We talk about enlightenment, and enlightenment is to me is just sort of being enlightened, seeing something different, having a different insight, having a different perspective for something. Um, as we start to connect into it, we start to connect into the energies. It's about shifting them. It's about moving through them. And I think it's important at the moment because a lot of people are feeling like things are happening, but then also then things sort of go quiet, or they go sort of, they seem like they go dormant within them. Well, this is part of like the shifting as well, because there's integration of energy as well. Activation takes time to integrate as well. So as the energies come down, and they're coming down within your energy field, and they're awakening your spiritual consciousness to a higher level, you're starting to connect in it. As I start to connect into it, I'm seeing like a white column of light that's just coming down from the ether, and it's like it just comes down straight down into your sort of crown chakra. And I know that the white energy again, it's very much around cleansing and purifying. And anything cleansing and purifying is also activating, opening, but it's also getting you sort of ready to receive a new vibration, a new frequency. And this is what I want to talk about, because at the moment, I think so. I'm reading a lot of things on Facebook where some people are saying they're having a shift they're having an awakening, and then things are going dormant. Well, they do go dormant sometimes because what's happening is the energy is integrating, your body's activating, and getting used to the new frequency and the new energies that are coming down as it aligns. I mean, I can feel this energy going straight down through my straight from up into the universe, straight down through me, and then straight down into the earth. And as it goes through me, it activates all your energy centers as it comes through. And I'm also seeing different colors within the chakras. I mean, like down on the root chakra, I'm seeing like a high blue color, and then I'm seeing like a gold color, and then it's going up to the pink to the heart. But it's like different colors as I start to see them. So I know there's different energies coming in, and the energies are different because there's a different frequency to them. And like the chakra colors that we know of, they will shift and change as the energies and the higher energies coming down, as it shifts with the energy centers. And I feel this is what's going on at the moment. We're very much going through these different shifts. I'm seeing like blue, pink, and gold. Those three colors are within the chakras that I'm sort of being drawn to. So like blue to me is like divine will, divine knowledge, divine sort of communication. Pink is obviously universal harmony, universal truth. It's connection, it's union. As I start to connect into the pink, then white comes out of it as well. They're very high angelic. I feel like ascended master and high angelic colours that are coming through as well. So the gold is obviously infinite source, infinite wisdom, insight. It's also about alchemy as well, and co-creation. And I feel this is what's going on at the moment. And I'm feeling it go straight down, and now it's sitting in like in your tummy. And again, this is like your tummy connects to sort of like the sacral chakra, which is around sort of like will and personal power. And I feel this is what it's about. It's like that connects then into co-creation, and it's very much around sort of trying to bring this through at the moment. It's bringing this through for all of us to co-create with the source and the energies that are coming through. As they align, they're going to shift and change our perspective of reality as we move through the third, fourth, and into the third dimension, which is the materialistic dimension and the physical world. We're going to move past that, and we're going more inward, and it starts to connect to the fourth dimension. I'm now seeing a diamond as well around me, and the diamond is connecting heaven to earth. And when that comes in, it's sort of like it brings like the two realities together, which is the energetic reality, and the sort of like the physical reality, or the on the earth reality. So it's like heaven and earth. And I feel this is very much what's going on at the moment, is the two are trying to integrate and align. And as that happens, there'll be a shifting. And as the shifting comes, because they need to sort of like come together like this, so that they both work in harmony. Everything within the spirit world is around harmony and balance. If there's if it's not in balance, then it won't integrate. And with these light frequencies that are coming down at the moment, they need to be integrated, because if they're not integrated, they dissolve quickly. So it's about, again, this is where this importance at the moment about talking about higher frequencies, keeping yourself high. Activating and awakening. As I feel like I'm sitting here and I'm talking about it, my heart chakra is expanding. It's expanding like immensely. It's just going right out as I start to talk about this, and my third eye is going mad as I'm talking about this. And again, my throat chakra, but my throat chakra is going because we're talking like with spiritual energy here. So my throat chakra is opening up because there's also sort of the spiritual communication coming through here. So that's starting to open up. My heart chakra's just gone white. It's not pink, it's white. There's a white energy that's just come through it. So that's clearing, it's purifying, it's activating it, and it's bringing this higher frequency. Again, white, I feel, is very much around the activation. You know, if you see like white light or white energy coming in, it's activation. But also white holds in many different colours and many different frequencies in there. And I feel this is what I want to talk about. As these come down, this white light is bringing these new frequencies, these new colours, and as they sort of align with you, then it's bringing again a different frequency again. But we need to come back to frequency. We need to come back to the shifting, because I think a lot of people are going through this dissolving, this cleansing, this purifying, as I am, as everybody is. And as we start to go through this, then your reality shifts. And also, it's like a lot of things that, you know, on the third dimension and the 3D sort of reality that you think, you know, that you experience daily, your job, your relationships, partners, family, all of those kind of things. As we start to shift, and we move to that third, fourth, and fifth dimension, then that's going to shift as well. That's going to shift in a way that we start to see it in a different way. When you start to see with spiritual eyes, and you get spiritual sight, which is what's coming down, you're going within the inner world, and you're starting to connect to the spiritual realities. Well, the spiritual realities only know harmony. They don't know disconnection. They only know the oneness vibration, the source energy. They know what's driving, and they also know about trying to get back to harmony. So a lot of things that make sense, and that you're sort of connected to, you might feel disconnected from there. You might feel like relationships, things that are going on that made sense before don't now, because you're awakening to a different frequency, a different purpose. Now, that's not saying go leave your partner. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, as things shift and your consciousness shifts and you move away from the physical world and the outer world, you start to connect more to the inner world, and things are very different in there. Things are very different with the third, fourth, and fifth dimension, because it's all about harmony, it's all about balance, it's all about purpose. So new directions could come up, new openings could come up, new insights could come up. You know, so it's shifting in careers, shifting in like relationships, shifting in how you approach things, having new interests. All of those kind of things could be a shift, because as you align, and you heal and you release, the soul and the spiritual energy knows only one thing, is to be back in harmony. So things that don't serve you anymore, the energy will shift you away from that, because it's about harmony. It just seeks, spiritual energy seeks to be in harmony and in balance every time. So this occurs, and I've had this happen a few times. That you start to shift away from something. You shift away from things that you've been doing for years, and before you know it, you're doing things differently. You're in a different direction. So that's part of the process. That's part of the shifting and shedding and letting go, and the transformation and the transmutation. Because transmutation is moving from one state of being to a higher state of being. And this is very much around that. And again, I'm seeing this purple flame, this violet flame, as I start to talk about that. I'm still got white, pink, and this it's not a dark blue, it's like a light pastely blue I'm seeing in my mind's eye at the moment, and it's shifting, and the yellow has just come in, so like a goldy colour's just come in again. So it's all, I know it's all connected to source, it's all connected to those higher frequencies, those higher, and yeah, that higher sort of knowledge, that higher wisdom. And this is what's coming down, it's shifting, but it's not just shifting on our individual level, it's shifting the energy grids on the planet. And so the planet's shifting, and so we're starting to align again. The planet's connected to us and we're connected to it. Spiritual energy is complete harmony, it's complete balance. The sacred blueprint is that the essence of life, all things are energy, and all things vibrate on the same, on like the same frequency, or all connected to that oneness frequency. And that's about us being connected to that, and that's why our consciousness is shifting. It's very much around that at the moment. So you are going to have things coming up, but what will happen as well, other things might come up. You know, there might be things from the past that you need to dissolve and heal to move on. There might be things like that coming up. You know, I've been reading a lot of things on Facebook, and there's a lot of people going through a lot of shifting. But also at this point as well, as you activate and integrate, and the energies start to integrate, things start to, you know, they can take a little while to start to heal and remove the blockages. So if you feel like you have a period where you go dormant or you go quiet, that's a period where you're growing spiritually. That's a period where you're being prepared or you're being opened for something. So just sit in that energy, sit in that flame or that light, and just receive what's coming in. Allow it to integrate, allow it to solve. Because if you fight it, and if you push against it, and if you don't trust it, or you it will, it will again, it will affect the frequencies that are coming in, the light frequencies that are coming in. It will affect the energies that are coming in. It will affect the vibrations that are coming in. It's about opening. It's about allowing that flow to come into our lives, and we need to start doing that as spiritual beings. And I feel this very much as I start to connect in this. I start to connect in. I feel things are releasing as I'm talking. I feel like my energy is releasing. Your energies are shifting and releasing around us. I feel very much like I keep feeling this white light, this white energy. There's a lighter frequency, a higher frequency that's coming in as I talk about this, and I feel this is very important for a lot of people at the moment, as we start to go through this shift. But also, when we shift, part of the purpose of why we're here as spiritual beings is to collectively shift. So it's about each of us awakening. And each person's awakening is just as important as the next person's, because everything is interconnected, everything's part of the same one vibration. And these sort of things are important, because as we start to connect into it, we know that we need to do this. We need to shift this energy. We need to allow our energy centers to open up, our energy channels to open up. It's about becoming more of an energy channel, because when we're connected to the outer world and the third dimension, we're still very much connected to the physical world. And that's not where this energy is coming through. It's very much around the energetic world, and this is what we need to do. So it's about keeping those frequencies high, being open, trusting and receiving. I mean, it's so important to daily dissolve and cleanse and purify at the moment. I know that spiritually I've just had that come in through these energy in this reading, but I know that it's important to do that daily. I mean, I have to constantly at the moment just keep bringing myself back into connection, because I can feel myself being very much where the energy is at the moment. You've been very much distracted, you've been very much pulled, so it's like you have to keep coming in, and then you've been pulled out again and coming in. But that's part of what's going on the planet at the moment, and the shifting. So it's about being aware of it, and not owning it and taking it on, but just releasing it and letting it go. And it's like surrendering to the process, which is really important. I'm seeing an orange colour now. An orange to me is always about compassion, but it's also about, again, about balance. It's about balancing of emotions. It's about balancing of thoughts. It's about balancing of, it's looking at intentions. It's looking about what you're sending out there, because this is obviously again the law of vibration. I know a lot of healing's happening at the moment, because my minor chakras in my hands, they're spinning like crazy. They're spinning like crazy as I'm talking. And again, it's just things are releasing. I can feel it coming through my energy field and through my body as I start to talk. So I know lots of this is going on. So just, use water as well. Water, I've just been given water. Water's a great a purifier, a cleanser. You know, imagine sort of like you, if you're feeling like you need to cleanse your energy, imagine yourself standing in water and under some sort of waterfall, like with like rainbow colours. So it's coming down, it's clearing your energy, it's helping to heal, it's helping to purify, it's helping to cleanse. It's all about cleansing and purifying and letting go and surrendering at the moment. And just letting these new frequencies to start to integrate, because if we fight and we try and stay connected to the physical world, then these new energies cannot manifest, they cannot create. It's all about co-creation. It's about allowing that flow to come through. So it's about letting go and just allowing that guidance and that information and those insights to start to come in, because a lot of us are still sort of like remaining sort of, feel very much sort of connected and holding on to this physical world, as seeing that's the only reality, when actually that's just an illusion. It's not the real reality. The spiritual world around us is, and we get caught up in that. I know I do. We all do. You know, we all get caught up in this world that we're living in. Like, how many people suffer over money and worrying about how they're going to pay the bills and what about the car and stuff like that. And that's all third outer world. That's all outer reality. We have to worry about some of that because that's the reality we're living in. And also, it's about moving away. Monetary and materialism is very much the exchange that we have at the moment. But there's a different exchange. There's a universal exchange, and there's the energetic exchange, and the law of attraction, abundance, and all those kind of things. And if we start to live in those more, we will start to dissolve, and we'll start to not become so attached to the third dimension, which is this outer world. And as we start to move away from that, we start to see spiritual insight, spiritual awareness, but we also start to discover and unlock our own spiritual gifts, which is part of why we're here as well. We start to unlock those spiritual gifts, and we can start to connect, heal, and bring sort of, try and connect to each other, but also help each other to awaken, because we're all part of each other's journeys as well. So that's the insight for today.